What's going on, everybody? We're going to get started in a second. Just about to send this invite link out. Then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. It's October 5th, 2:41 a.m. London session. Well, we're about to get started in London session. So we're going to go ahead and look at these setups and look for potential plays for the day. Let me see something. Go right here at least. Start here for now. All right, so I'm looking at a few things right now. Haven't jumped in anything yet. Still going to wait till London session, but things are on the move, and I do see some potential setups. So I might call something in this next 15-minute candlestick, or I might just wait till London. It depends on what these next candlesticks look like. I already like how US30 is looking. I already did the retest. It's doing the push up. And if you didn't watch my stream yesterday, we talked about this level because, again, we were in a downtrend for a very long time. We can see we're in a downtrend right here. The trend, this was a lower high here, lower low, and then it pushed back up, pushed above the zone. So it's potentially going to be looking for some buys now. So that's what I'm looking for some buy setups. And it's already respecting this level pretty good. So just going to wait till London session to see what happens. Might look for a potential buy setup in the meantime. And then I like how GBPJPY is looking. I can see a potential buy setup here. So yeah, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, depending on what these nice candlesticks look like. I may enter a little before London, or I might wait until London. Just depends what I see, but I am definitely looking for a buy setup here. It's already pushing up, which is good. It's trying to break through this wall. It looks like it might try to do it, but we are due for a retest. So I want to get in the trade on a retest candle. There hasn't been a retest candle yet. It's just been pushing it. So I might enter on the next candlestick if it retests and retraces off this wall right here. That's what I want to see. So that's what we're going to be watching and waiting for. So we got about like 1 minute until that happens. I like how AUD/USD is looking as well. Yeah, they're pumping right now. So depending on what this next candlestick look like, I might enter this. I like how Euro AUD is looking too. We caught buys on this yesterday. Went zone to zone. Now it's retesting right here. So depending on how it reacts to this level, I might try to enter a buy here, or I might just simply wait until it comes back down. So it depends on what this next 15-minute candlestick looks like for this as well. What's going on, everybody? So Euro CHF, I was looking at this yesterday. It looks like it pushed up pretty high. And the new 15-minute candlestick just started. Yeah, so that thing's pushing. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah, so It's retracing right now, which is what I want. So I want to see if it's going to retrace a little bit. US30 is doing the same thing, which is perfect. Let me see what Euro New Zealand is up to. I do see a lot of potential setups, so that's a good thing. This one even worth entering. No. Let me see if that comes down a little bit further. I was looking at this pair as well. You see good buy setups for these pairs as well. I want to see it retrace a little bit though before we even enter. So if you can retrace for us, that'd be great. Oh, I'm tripping. I hit the wrong thing. I was like, that don't look right. There we go. I like how silver's looking. Potential buy setup here. Again, I haven't entered anything. I'm still waiting. I want to wait till London session, but I'm just getting some setups ready and some trade ideas. But I like how silver's looking. It's already doing a retest. Looks like it's trying to break this level here. And then when we go on a daily time frame, same thing, similar US30. It broke through these ranging markers. It pushed up. It's above this zone. It's been respecting its support level. It does have some levels of traffic to break. But it's still very bullish, especially from the past 2 days. This was a huge push up. And then yesterday, still pushed up and broke above the zone. Today, it's just been playing above the zone. So I'm going to be looking for potential buys. I'm going to be waiting till a few candlesticks or possibly closer to New York to enter those. But I like how US30 is looking. I like how NAS is looking. Even though NAS has been a little bit rangy, it's still going to be a good setup if it can push through when volume comes into the markets. So again, just going to be waiting for volume, but I do see some potential setups here. So I'm just going to be watching these for the most part, but the currency pairs, I might hop on those when London session starts. So it's really going to be just watching the charts waiting. So while we're waiting on this, let's go over how we did yesterday. All right. So I do have a free signal room. I call out the trades I enter in this, as well as some are strictly for the members. I do have a advanced play signal room membership, as well as I do one-on-one mentorships and all of the above. This is how we did yesterday. Only entered 4 trades yesterday. Ended day 3-1. Didn't really get into any futures indices or gold. I really wanted to wait to see how they were going to react, especially to the red folder news, and to see if the uptrend was going to begin or the downtrend was going to continue. But it looks like the uptrend is about to begin. So I'm going to be mainly looking for buys. So that's going to be the game plan today. But EuroCAD, all TPs got hit. We caught 149 pips. That was this trade right here. It was a very good trade. Like after the first retest, and the few, it was like 30 minutes of struggling right here. But after it finally broke through this wall, it was just blue all day. So yeah, this was a great play we caught here yesterday. 1 to 4 risk to reward. And then AUD New Zealand, we caught 56 pips. Looking for some more AUD New Zealand sales also, actually, because it struggled to break this level for a few hours. Once it broke it, hit all the TPs, 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3 risk reward, retraced back up, and dumped later on that day. Actually dropped zone to zone. So I'm looking at the retest that's happening right now. So what I want to see is it still respect this level, and then possibly look for some sales downwards. So that's what I want to see. That's what we're going to be waiting on. Everything's retesting, which is good. Exactly what I wanted to see happen. Euro GBP. The only thing about this, Euro GBP, actually all TPs got hit. We caught all the TPs on live, but I didn't call out the signal until it retraced. Then when I called it out, it didn't go back down. It actually just went back up and hit SL, which was a little unfortunate, but it happens. Then Euro AUD, all TPs got hit. We got 125 pips. So didn't call a lot of trades like usual, but still the most important thing is all TPs got hit and the trades we didn't enter, we made money off of them. So that's the only thing that is important. So we caught the 0 AD buy right here. This was strictly, as you can see, for the members, but we caught this trade great 1 to 3, almost 1 to 4 risk to reward. Entered here. I think we entered like around here, something like that. And then after the retracement, yep, it was just money. No, I haven't entered any trades. I usually don't enter trades until the beginning of London session. Right now, I'm just looking at setups, potential setups for the day. If I enter a trade and you're in the stream, you'll be the first to know, or click that first link in the description. Join the free signal room so you get a text whenever we enter trades, so you can know when TPs get hit, as well as when I enter trades, as well as the SLs and my TPs, etc. But as of now, we haven't entered any trades. Patiently just waiting. So I like how this is looking too. So we might enter some trades as soon as the London session starts, depending on what I see here. I want to enter Euro New Zealand, but I wanted to retrace a little bit more. But it already started its move before London, which is normal. But if it retraces back a little bit, I might try to re-enter for the buy. But if it doesn't, I'm just going to leave it alone. Yeah, I think my flip on that shit. I like how this is looking. It's got a huge imbalance right here to fill up. So I want to see it at least come to here, which is kind of where my thing is. So I want to see at least come to here. Come to here for sure. Break these highs. Of course, we got to break these highs first, taking step by step. But towards the end of the day, I want to see at least come to here. If not, breaking past these levels. So let me put a line right here. I really want to see it come to here. But we're going to have to wait to see if price will do that today, because we don't control the markets. So got to go for what is realistic, what is most likely possible to happen. If I like how things are looking right now. Yeah, so new 5 minute just started. New 15-minute in London session starts in 5 minutes. So just going to wait to see how things decide to move on this next 15-minute candlestick. Trades I'm looking at are doing retests and retracements, which is perfect. So we'll get the most ideal entries for these trades. with the least amount of drawdown. Yeah, the price has just been playing at this level, so I want to see it break through if possible. But it's tracing pretty hard, so we're going to see. It's right at this lower price, though, so we're going to stay on this lower price. We should be fine. Let's see how it reacts to this. Yeah, that thing pushing up. Here, all the euro pairs pushing up. Not tripping too much about that, though. Kind of want to see this push up to the top of the zone. Possibly look for some buy setups here. When volume picks back up, possibly look for a buy setup here. Just gotta wait to see if GBPJPY is going to break above the zone, though. And if it does, definitely going to look for a buy setup there. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just patiently waiting for confirmations before I enter any trades. I don't like to enter any trades without price showing me what it's trying to do, because you can assume what price is going to do. You can have these certain rules and things like that, but we don't control the market. So I like to personally patiently just wait for the future candlesticks and price to show me the direction it's trying to go before I enter a trade. So yeah, price is dropping back down. So if it's not really trying to, well, let's see what happens. But again, I'm not really trying to jump into this too early because I know it's London session. But if it starts to try to make the move towards the upside, I'm definitely not against catching some pips. But everything's still retracing right now, which is normal. Usually happens around this time. Retracements or pushes happen as soon as London starts, around 6 o'clock EST my time. Moves happen, either retracements or pushes. As soon as the New York session starts, same thing happens. And then a couple hours into New York, around like 10, 11 o'clock-ish, same thing. Big retracements or pushes happen. So this is nothing new. And retracements are necessary because price can't just go straight up and it can't just go straight down. So retracements are definitely necessary. So Euro CHF has been giving us a good setup. We got about 40 seconds until London starts. So I'm just going to be keeping an eye on these, but I most likely won't enter these till either a few hours from now or closer to New York session. But I still like to have, a game plan set up for when I do decide to enter. I want to know what I'm going to be doing, because you should be doing one or two things on a chart. You should be knowing what you're looking at every chart. There's going to be a trend on every chart. There's going to be price levels on every chart. So every chart you look at, you need to know if you're going to be looking for buys or sells. You shouldn't be looking for both on any chart. You should be looking at specifically buys or sells. And there goes the alarm. So let's see what these new 15-minute candlesticks do. Then we'll go from there. Yeah, so still respecting this level. So I might enter this because I like how it's looking. It was in a downtrend. Past few days it's pushed back up, broke the previous lows, as we can see here. It's been a downtrend longer, but I'm just keeping it simple. Broke these lows, right? Hit this level, retraced back down, came back down again, and now we're right back here. So, and it's respecting this level right here. So what I want to do is look for potential buys up, either to this price here or to the top of the zone, and to see how price reacts from there. But as of now, I'm going to be looking for buy setup. Morning. And it's already pushing back up. It's respecting this level of price, which is a good thing. So I'm definitely not against entering this. It's got a little bit of traffic to break, but volumes continue to push our direction. We can definitely break it. Already did a retest, did a retracement. So it's going to wait a little bit because, again, we're out for the week. London session just started literally a minute ago. I'm not trigger happy. I'm not feeling like I need to enter anything. But if I see the opportunity, I'm definitely going to enter. But I just want to wait a little bit to see exactly what price is trying to do. And it looks like it's trying to push back up, which is a good thing. So I might enter this in a second. Yeah, I like how this is looking. Yeah, I'm thinking about entering this. We could at least go break these previous highs, which is like 10 pips. I kind of want to go for more than 10 pips. It just has a lot of traffic, but volume keeps going our way. We can definitely break these levels of traffic. Worst case scenario, we can definitely catch about 10, 20 pips minimum. I want to see it at least come to here though. That'd be nice, but it's got to break these highs. And there's a reason why it keeps rejecting here, because we can see right here our price rejected shot up. We zoom in, we can see some more rejection levels. I want to see price come to here, but as you can see, I literally just put it underneath this wick right here. You can see the wicks right here. Then when we zoom out and go back to the right, we can see price dropped when it hit this level 2 times, 3 times. So it's really trying to break that level. So if we can break that level and continue to stack on top of it, we can definitely catch some pips, but it's struggling to break that level. That's the only thing. But if volume's going our way, we can definitely break that level. No issue. 4 hours showing it's been respecting this zone for a few hours. Well, not this. So 4, 8, 12, 16 hours. It's been staying on top of this zone, trying to break it. So that is also a good sign. So might enter this in a second, depending on what it's trying to do. So let me go back to US30. Yeah, so this thing's dropping back down as of now, at least. Everything's still retracing right now, which isn't a problem. So right now, what we're doing is we're just watching the charts. We know on each chart what we're looking for, whether it's buy or sells. So now we're just waiting for confirmation candlesticks to show us that it's trying to do that. We also got to remember it's literally 3:04. London session just started 4 minutes ago, so in no rush at all. But I like how this is looking. So let me see what the next 5-minute candlestick's looking like. New 5-minute just appeared. And because as you can see, it's really trying to break these levels. It's underneath this wall right here. But if we can break that wall, come to right here, that's 5 pips. If it comes to here, that's 10 pips. So we can catch about 10 pips minimum. All this thing. Obviously, I want to catch more. I'm not trying to enter a trade just to catch 10 pips. That's not what I like to do personally. but it can definitely go farther. I don't know where this is at. Just gonna delete this. I don't know what that's doing. Yeah, it's already breaking. It's already trying to push. So I might enter this in a second. It's still on top of this level of price. It's just struggling to break this wall. But if it can break this wall and break above this zone, it can very much so continue to go up and push up. Yeah, so we're gonna see what that's doing. US30 still respecting this level, came back down for another retest. It's got a gap right here. It's got to fill up. So I'm definitely looking for a buy because it's going to have to fill that gap up. And to go up to this a few thousand pips regardless. So we can definitely catch a good amount of pips on this move. Same thing with NAS. Yeah, still respecting this level, so looks like it's really going to try to keep pushing up, at least for as of now. Just going to let it retrace a little bit more if it's going to. That way we'll be able to catch the most amount of pips possible while being in the least amount of drawdown possible. So that's what's really important about just waiting. And also, just because it's above here, you want to make sure it's going to keep staying up here. Not only is it going to keep staying at this level, but you want to make sure that it's going to push the direction you want. Because you don't just want to enter a trade and then just be in a ranging market. You're not going to catch any pips in a ranging market. You want to get in a trade where momentum is going your side in your favor, get the trend going in your favor, and then, of course, when the most amount of volume is in the market. And so I'm liking how that's looking. Yeah, I don't really see anything else. This week's been pretty slow for the most part, but it's the first week of the month. The new quarter just started. Not tripping too much about that. It's really just going to be waiting for opportunities. Let's see. Yeah, so I want to see how it reacts to this level because this is a very strong support resistance level. We see harsh rejection down when price came up here. In June, a couple months ago, we see another harsh rejection down in June again. So in the beginning of June, harsh rejection. Towards the end of June, harsh rejection down. Broke above here, harsh rejection down after hitting the zone. So this level, we're back at this level. And this has just been ranging. So what I want to see is it going to break above this level or is it going to drop back down and retrace? So that's what I'm looking at. And as soon as it hit it, it dropped down, as you can see. So new 5-minute just started. New 15-minute candlestick starts in 5 minutes. I want to see what the next candlestick does because there's a wall right here. I want to see if it's going to bounce back up or if it's going to try to break this wall. Because if it breaks through this wall, I potentially look for sales. Just depends on what the next candlesticks look like. Yeah, so it keeps dropping down, but it also keeps respecting this level. But again, I'm not going to enter this because I'm not trying to, it's not really pushing. As you can see, since this is the 15-minute time frame, so literally 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So over 4 hours, it's just been, well, we can do this 4, 8, 12, 16. We can literally say about 24 hours, a whole day. It's just been ranging at this price. So ever since it broke through towards the end of the day, the rest of all last night and this morning, it's just been really ranging right here. So I want to see it break out of that ranging when volume picks up so we can catch some pips. So we're going to see what the next 15-minute candlestick looks like for that as well. So everything's just ranging right now. And this is why you always want to wait. You never want to just jump right into a trade because it was pushing, right? Imagine we would have entered right here. We'd have been drawdown off rip. Whereas since we waited, now we can wait to confirm if it's going to try to push back up again. Because again, we can see that struggle to break this level multiple times. So why would we enter when it's right there? And look what happened. Next candlestick drop. So it's been dropping for literally 30 minutes. So if we would have entered right here, we'd be in a lot of drawdown. Whereas we waited and we see a new sign on next candlestick that wants to go back up, not only will we have a better entry, but we'll be able to catch more pips from the entry. So let's see what else is going on. AD cab. Could look for a potential buy here, depending on what the next candlestick looks like. New 15 starts in about 2 minutes. Okay, it's been respecting this level for the past 2 days. As we can see, it dropped down, hit this, rejected off of it. Now the next day, the wick's lower and it's pushing back up. There's an imbalance on the daily, so it could be rejecting it. Because we can literally see, look at this wick here, and look at this wick here. Literally matching, even this wick's matching on that line right there, and they rejected right off of that. So look here, we're in a semi-downtrend. So it really depends what the next candlestick's looking like to determine whether or not I want to enter a buy or a sell. So really just going to be waiting to see what price decides to do before I jump into anything. Let's see here. Just going to wait and see. So as of now, it looks like it's trying to do a retracement up. So we're just going to watch and see what it does. US30 still ranging. So it's respecting this level. New 15-minute candlestick just appeared. So let's see what this is looking like. It's coming back up to see if it's going to be able to break it. See if it's going to. Still trying to break through this level. So if we can break through that level, definitely might consider entering a sell. But again, the most important thing is you don't want to rush into any trades. So this is literally what I do. It might seem like slow and stuff like that, but it's just the reality of trading. Before you enter a trade, you definitely got to wait for your confirmations and understand and see exactly what price is doing. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just patiently waiting. 80 GBPJPY could come back up. It's at this level price right here. So depending on what this candlestick does, definitely could enter. Yeah, I think it's still pushing down. This keeps going lower and lower too, which can be good if it decides to push back up. This needs more pips. But it's also good that we didn't enter because again, can't stress this enough because I know I used to do this too, and I know a lot of people do this. They jump into the trade because it's pushing real quick, or you see a big candlestick. But literally, look what happened after that big push up. 3 red candlesticks with over 30 minutes of retracements, and it's still dropping back down. Same thing with US30. US30 was right here when we first started the stream. And it's just been retracing since. Not that there's anything wrong with retracements, because again, retracements are normal and they're part of the game. But you still have to know when's a good time to enter or not. So all these things are dropping. This just dropped back under the zone too, which is interesting. This is a very strong level though. So I want to see what it's going to break back up because there's a strong wall underneath it too. So it's kind of like sandwiched. So it's either going to respect or reject this level. So I want to know if it's going to respect it as a resistance level, or it's going to keep on trying to treat it like a support like we see here. Attempted to drop back down, resistance, pops back up, support, went up a little bit, floating, dropped back down, broke under, shot back up, then dropped back down. So price is really ranging right here. So again, I don't want to trade in a ranging market. I want price to show me what direction it's trying to go. And if it can't show me what it's trying to do, or if it's not going in a straight direction, I'm just going to leave it alone. Give me 1 second. So okay, we got buys yesterday. See this rejection wick down, and we see prices literally all day. It's just been underneath this level. So it's been treating this as a resistance level. So it could very much so come down here and then push back up. So I just want to see what it's going to do. But it is underneath this wall right here of price. So if it respects that, it could drop down. Might not go zone to zone, but it definitely can drop down. So definitely going to be watching this to see what it decides to do. Still haven't entered anything yet. Just patiently waiting for the setups I like, and then this opportunity. So this thing retraced all the way back to the zone. And you can see how I rejected right as soon as it hit the zone. So that's a good thing. So it rejected off the zone and it's pushing back up. So I might try to make the move now. Because what we see here is struggle to break this level just like I did here, Came back down to the zone. See the rejection wick. So using the momentum from the zone to bounce back up. So so we have that. That's why it's important to trade off these zones, because we're going with the direction of price for the most part on the bigger time frames. Then we're entering and exiting based off these levels. And you can see how this level is strong. You can see how it's being treated as a resistance level here, support level, support, resistance, and then a clear support, because price literally just hit it and then shot back up as soon as it touched it. And we can see that there. So definitely a good sign for us. So I'm going to be watching to see what it does. So definitely could try to push back up. Yeah, I like how this is looking. It's a very good reaction right there. So I think it turns green, I might enter. That's a very good reaction to the zone. UDCAD, still respecting that level. Could look for potential buy setup here. And that's a big rejection. And we see the rejection happening on this euro pair as well. Very interesting. These things dropping. Yeah, so I'm just going to watch this. I'm just pay attention to these. Haven't jumped into anything yet. Interesting. Could come back to the zone and then shoot up. Wonder if that's what it's going to do. So like I said in yesterday's live stream as well as last Friday, this is a very important zone. I thought it would have been more defined and determined earlier in the week, but it's still playing around. Because again, it hasn't been this low in 2 years. If we zoom out, literally it says October 2022, then we come back all the way here. This is November 2020, so it's been 2 years since it's been this low. So it's been a very long time. Kept on breaking new lows, but when it hit this lower price, hit this wall right here, rejecting a shot back up, and now we're right here. We have this level of traffic. That's why it's really struggling, because it has to break these levels of traffic on the daily time frame. So when whatever the way volume wants to pump, that will help us with that. All right, so that's what we're just patiently waiting on volume, and also waiting on price to determine which direction it wants to go. I'm not going to just hop in and sell just because it dropped under here, because again, for hours, it's been on top of this side of the price of the zone. So I'm not going to jumping into anything too soon. And then when we look at red folder stuff, I think there's only like one thing going on today. Let's see. I think it's just one thing going on. So there's two things. So we got some USD red folder 8:15, then 10 a.m. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Non-farm employment change and ISM services. Lower diffusion index based on survey purchasing. Excluding manufacturing history. Yeah, so we're going to see how price reacts when New York session starts. Because it could very much do this, and then when the red folder news comes on, this could just be a fake out, or the news can cause a fake out, or the news can just cause spikes, or the news can help push price a certain direction. These are all the different things, different ways news can affect it. But this is a good sign. So it just rejected still showing like this. Price is playing around right here. Yeah, so I like how this is looking. New 15-minute candlestick comes out in 3 minutes though. So I'm gonna wait for that candlestick to see what it looks like. It's still now it's struggling to break this wall right here. But if we can break that wall, I want to see if we can catch some pips. And I want to see a potential buy set up here. So I want to see if price can stay underneath that level. Stay above this level, I should say. Because on this wall right here, like we see on the dotted red lines, we see it's above this level of price. It's above this level of price, which is a good thing. So I want to see what the next candlestick looks like. See if we can. It's a good buy setup. See these harsh rejection wicks here and here. We still see price respecting this level. So a new 15-minute candlestick about to pop up in 40 minutes. So let's see what it's looking like. Yeah, so this candle just went from red to green, so that's a very good sign. So I might enter on this next 15-minute candlestick. Yeah, I might enter on this next candlestick because I like that rejection wick right there. New 15-minute candlestick just popped up. Yeah, so I like how that's looking. It's trying to push up. Yeah, I like how it's looking. I'm very tempted to enter this. Yeah, I'm gonna enter this, and I'm gonna see what it decides to do in New York session and closer. I mean, later into London as well. But yeah, I'm gonna enter this. So stop loss, we can say 97.40. Stop loss is going to be when I say the SL, the SL is going to be 97.40. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so this ain't too crazy of a stop loss. Pretty decent move. So, about to put the TPs and stuff in chat. But I did enter this. Let's see here. So definitely want to see if we're going to break this level here. And it can definitely potentially do that, especially when volume picks up. So that's what I want to see price do. I want to see price come to this wall right here. If it can come to here, that's even better. But I know my strategy is a little bit different from other ones. So before anyone enters this, I just want to go over this and explain it. Go over this every live stream, but it's still just important for me, especially if people can be entering trades I'm entering and they're not really familiar with how things work. So of course, as always, you guys got to stick to your trading plan, know what percentage you're trying to risk per trade and all that stuff. So definitely don't over leverage or do anything too crazy just because someone else is entering this trade. Also, if you don't agree with my market and setups, you don't have to enter at all. But this is just a trade I'm personally entering. And I recommend, like always, risking 1 to 5% of your account per trade because, again, we don't control the markets. We don't control the markets at all. I don't care what lot size you put in. You're not going to affect the markets. That's why it's important to try to go with the direction price is going so you have that in your favor. And also why it's important to risk the same percentage every trade. That way, even if the trade doesn't go your way, the trades later on that day or the next day, when you win them, will cancel out that loss. Because again, risk to reward. Okay. If we take 3 trades and we're risking $5 each trade and we win 2 and we lose 1, We lost $5. That the next trade we win, every trade should be at least a 1 to 1 to 3 risk to reward. So that way, what you're risking, if you're risking $5, you're going to at least make $5, if not 10 or 15. So let's just say the second trade, it was a 1 to 2 risk to reward. You won that trade. Not only did you cancel out that $5 you lost, but now you're up $5. Let's say the third trade was a 1 to 3. So now you're up $5 and you just made another 15 from risking $5. So now you're up $20 and off of 3 trades, even when you lost a trade. And that's because you risk the same percentage each trade. Okay. Another thing, I trade off price levels. My TPs are based off of price levels as well. So when a TP is hit, you'll either reject or break through or play at this level of price. As you see here, it's playing at this level of price. A rejection would be this rejection wick hit this level of price, rejected back up. And then breaking through would be how price rejected. And now it's right here. It's going to potentially, again, keyword potentially, come here, stacking this level of price. You see the green dotted line has above this level of price. So it can potentially break through. And then that's what I want to see happen here. I want to see it break through and then continue to the upside. Right? If I enter this, is the only trade I entered. I put this in the signal room. So when TVs get hit, you'll get notified and things like that. So let me show you another example of price breaking through. So when price hit the zone, right, what did it do? It rejected, shot back down. Then you can see it here, all these candlesticks. This is an example of playing at that level of price. Then look, it broke through. This big candlestick breaking through these walls, broke through this wall. Then you see when price hit here, rejected, shot back up. So that's just a little visual example of what I mean by all that stuff. Another rejection, hit this lower price, shot back up. So definitely gonna be keeping an eye on these things. But as of now, I'm only in Euro. CHF, as of now. So we're just gonna let price do its thing. And go from there. Ooh, look at this candlestick. Speaking of rejections, that's a huge candlestick. I wonder what's going on with USTX, because we have a nice candlestick here too, but that's a huge candlestick right there. And see, it broke through it, rejected this level and broke through all these levels of price. And now it's at this wall. You can see the rejection wick there, so it's struggling to break through this wall. That was a crazy push up. Let me see if anything else did that. Okay, so NAS just broke through this level. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. NAS is looking very interesting to me now. NAS has got my attention. It's above this lower price. Did the retest, broke through it. So if we can stay here, might potentially look for buy setup. Candlestick was green, still struggling to break that level. Not tripping too much. These again. Beginning of London session, first trade of the day, not tripping too much. And we're still just getting started. Always hold a trade to SL or TP. So let's see what that decides to do. Because that rejection is a good sign. So now we're just really just waiting for volume to help propel it up. That's what we're really going to be waiting on. Yeah, but a lot of stuff hasn't really been doing much so far. And even yesterday, we had a lot of action going on around this time, but that's just the reality of the markets. Every day is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a lot similar in certain ways, but every day is going to be different. It's going to be different opportunities, which is where patience and having a good strategy comes into play. Because you have a strategy that works on any chart, all you have to do is just simply wait for the setups you want and for price to meet your requirements to enter. So definitely just watching these charts for now, but do like how NAS is looking. Like, it's still too early for me to enter. I want to see what the next couple candlesticks look like, both on the 5 and the 15. But it's definitely looking good. Those watching the stream, make sure to hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe. We don't just live stream here. I just dropped a video yesterday, actually. A video that's actually going to help a lot of people out. It's one of the strategies I use to compound and grow my accounts. So definitely check that video out. It's going to help you out. Basically, I show you how to, you just go for the same percentage every day. Stick to that plan, close out of that percentage. And if you let you make that same percentage every day, you can double your account in 2 weeks. So let's just do, I did a video on it, but the video talks more in depth about it. But for people on the live stream, let me go ahead and just explain something real quick. And with this strategy, it's very possible to do this. Give me 1 second. Once the calculator pops up, here we go. So if you literally make 10% a day and close at 10% a day, you can literally make 50% of your account in 1 week because it's 5 days of trading. So you can literally make 50% of your account in 1 week. In 2 weeks, you can double your account. So let's say you have a $100 account. 10% of $100 is $10. So if you make $10 every day, that's, let's just do simple math, 10 times 5. Whoops. 10 times 5. Why does it keep giving me 2 zeros? 10 times 5. There we go, 50. So you put the 50 plus the 100. End of the week, you have 150. So you made 50% of your account. Next week, you need 10% of this. $15. Now, the second week, you went from making $50 to $75. You add that to the 150. You had $225. So in 2 weeks, you doubled your account because you started 2 weeks ago at $100. In the second week, at the end of the second week, just 10 days of trading, or simply making 10% a day, you doubled your account. And if you just keep doing that, you can grow your account exponentially in a very timely manner. But I talk about that more in depth in the video. Make sure to check that video out later after the stream. It's going to help y'all out. But again, the biggest thing, one of the biggest mistakes people make with trading is they watch a video on YouTube, and it's not a lot of y'all's fault because they title these videos like this on purpose. But you rarely see people drop videos about how I caught X amount of pips. Is always how I made X amount of dollars, which is cool and all. But for someone watching, especially someone new to Forex, they don't understand that. People won't think, oh, he made 3,000. Oh, he made 30K. He must know what he's doing. She must know what she's doing, which could be true. But now in your head, subconsciously, whether you know it or not, you're trying to make these big numbers. Most people don't say, oh, I'm trying to make 5% a day, 10% a day, 20% a week. Nobody says that. Most people say, I want to make, $100 a day, 200, 1,000 a day, 1,000 a week, whatever the case may be. But if your account size isn't large enough to do so, it is not possible. So you watch this video about someone making $8,000, somebody making 30K. You cannot do that off a $500 account. You can only make what your account can handle. You risking without over leveraging and blowing your account. You get what I'm saying? But if you think I'm trying to make 5%, 10% a day, 20% a week, 50% a week. That's very possible and more realistic, because now you're just trying to make a percentage of your account. What a lot of people don't understand is that percentage is always going to change the bigger your number is, right? So let's just pull the calculator back out while we're waiting for these trades to do their thing. So let me show what I'm talking about. Okay, 10% of 100 is $10. 10% of $500 is $50. You're still trying to make 10%, but as you can see, $500, $100 is a big difference. 10% of $1,000 is $100. You see what I'm saying? So your percentage, if we go for percent gains and try to make a percentage every day, a percentage every week, compared to, oh, I'm just trying to make a dead set number, it's going to make things more realistic, and it's going to be easier to reach your goal. Because if you're trying to make, if you have $100 account and you're trying to make 50 a day, 100 a day, you're literally trying to double your account in one day, and that's not realistic. Can happen, yeah, but most of those videos you see people doing these big account flips where you see, oh, I just turned 1,000 to 10,000 or things like that. It's not realistic. They're over leveraging. Who knows how many tries it took them, how many accounts they blew to make that video. Who knows? It's not realistic. The regular trader is not doing that. Regular trader is not even risking or attempting to do that, especially not 1 day or 1 week. And again, for someone brand new to trading and you see a video like that, it makes things very unrealistic, and it can really hurt you if you try to follow what they're showing. So NAS is still staying at this level of price. Very tempting to want to enter this, but still just going to be watching to see what it's doing. You'll see USCHF struggling a little bit. Which is fine. So JPY broke underneath there. JPY broke underneath there. Very interesting. Let me see if we can stay under, because it broke under. Next candlestick retraced, huge rejection wick pushing it down. Now it's at this wall right here. This is a good sign. That rejection wick right there is a good sign. It's trying to break through it. So we got a new 5-minute about to pop up in 10 seconds. I like how this is looking though. Yeah, it's pushing. Yeah. I like how this is looking right here. I like how this is looking. Euro cat looking just like Euro JPY. Let me see what this is doing. Yeah, it's still dropping down. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of these charts we're looking at is ranging, right? It's stuck in levels of price, stuck at walls, struggling to break things, which is normal because, like I said, waiting for volume to pick up into the markets. Now, a good example yesterday, we caught some good moves yesterday during London session. But again, every day is going to be different. There's different things going on around the world every day, holidays, just news, all types of stuff, right? So every day is going to be a little bit different. And every day is not going to be the same pace, which is completely fine. But I like how this is looking, not going to lie. Didn't break through. Instead, it rejected this. And it's rejected pretty harshly. I like how this is looking. That's a good enter right there. But from the base thing right there, B1 to 4. Yeah, it looks like it's about to keep pushing. It's still dropping. Staying right here, but it's staying underneath this level right here, which is a good thing. I can see it coming to right here. My thing is, yeah, I like how this is looking right here. No green candle, no green retracement candle yet, though. That's the only thing. That could be coming the next 15-minute candlestick. But that thing did retest. And retesting, and just slowly dropping. So I like how this is looking for sure. Yeah, it's about to break this wall right here already. Yeah, so it just broke this wall. So I want to see if it's going to retest on the next 15-minute candlestick. Because we see a whole lot of red. We don't really see no green. But yeah, I think it just is dropping. And it just broke that wall, which is another good sign. Now it's on this wall right here. Yeah, so that thing's dropping. So I'm going to see if it's going to retest and retrace. Because we missed the entry. The entry would have been a good entry right there. But we missed it. I think we literally just missed it. But that's fine. It is what it is. You can't catch every trade. Yeah, but I like where it's at right now. Same thing with EuroCAD. Like how these are looking. Yeah, EuroJPY is dumping now. Yeah, all the Euro pairs are dumping, which is probably why Euro CHF is dropping a little bit. But that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm still holding to SL or TP. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep an eye on that. So I like how that's looking too. Yeah, EuroJPY is taking off. So we got a new 5-minute about to pop up. So let me see what that looks like here. Something took off. Let me see who's going to retrace. Yeah, it's retracing a little bit. New 5-minute. So let's see what this new 5-minute does. Yeah, so it's still pushing. Yeah, there goes the retest, which is good. That's what we want to see right there, the retest. And your CHS reacting off this level again. Yeah, so I want to see when volume picks up, it break through those levels of traffic. It's definitely struggling, which is normal. But I want to see if it's going to go away and break through those levels. That's what we're going to be waiting on. But this is doing a retest, which is a good retest. So let me get this signal ready just in case I do decide to go for this. Because I definitely like how that's looking. Let's see what else going on. Yeah, GBPJPY looks like it's trying to drop. Go through these levels here. All right, so EuroCAD and GBPJPY looking like nice sales. Yeah, so let's down in this wall, definitely see a sell opportunity if it can stay underneath that level, which it looks like it's trying to. So that's a good sign. I like how this is looking. So new 15-minute candlestick in 2 minutes. So we're going to see what that's looking like and what that does to determine if I'm going to enter this. It's underneath this wall, which is a good sign. So if I can stay underneath this wall, definitely going to look for short position. We have this nice rejection wick that pushed it down. So the candlestick started here, right? It started here, came all the way up, rejected all the way back down. Now it's pushing. So that rejection wick is a very good sign. So I want to see it at least come to here. This is where I'd like to see it come. I'd like to see it come to right there. It's very strong support resistance level. So we're just going to wait to see what it does in literally about 5 seconds. With these other pairs, yeah, I think it's dropping. New candlestick. Yeah, I think it's pushing. In 1 second. So I want to see at least come to here. Stand underneath this level trap and break this wall right here. Could very much so drop to right here. Definitely gonna wait to see if it can do that. Yeah, so it's retesting, which is good. Let me see what this is doing. EuroCAD's doing a retest too. I mean, GBPJPY is. EuroCAD is as well. You'll see each app's trying. Yeah, it's struggling to break that level. It's a little unfortunate, but let's see if it can do so. That stuff's dropping. Yeah, so just gonna be watching this from now. Just gonna leave those alone. So we can stay under this wall. Very much so could drop back down. Yeah, so I like how that's looking. Yeah, if we stay under these levels, we can definitely hit those TPs. Got some retests going on. Price trying to push back up right there as well. New 5-minute just appeared. So we can respect this wall right here. What I want to see is it's testing this wall right here. What I want to see is the retest, then drop back down. That's what I want to see. I want to see it retest and drop back down. I want to see happen. Yeah, US30 and stuff dropping back down too. Very interesting. Yeah, so just waiting and watching to see what these charts do. Yeah, well, I like how Euro JPY is looking. So the SL would be 144.15. And if we can break through these levels here, it could very much so. Continue down. So I send this signal out to the members only. But yeah, like I said, I want to see it break through these levels. Continue pushing down. We have a nice rejection wick on the 15, showing that it's trying to keep pushing down. So if we can break through this wall right here, it could very much so continue downwards. I'm going to just watch that, see what it does. USCHF's trying to push back up. Yeah, with a lot of, let's see what's going on with GBP New Zealand. Depending on what the next candlesticks look like, could potentially see a buy set up here. I like how this is looking. New 5-minute comes out in 1 minute. New 15-minute candlestick comes out in about 5 minutes. So just going to wait and see what those do to determine if I want to enter this or not, because it's a nice retest already. But I want to see it break above this wall, especially this one. If I can break above this and stay above it, definitely can see it at least coming to here. And that's 50 pips. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, so Euro JPY is trying to push, which is a good thing. Like I said, I sent this out to the members. Did enter this, sent this out to the members. Yeah, we're just going to see if we can break this wall right here. Because if we can break this wall, we can very much so continue to go down. The new 5-minute just started. And as you can see, for literally 15 minutes, actually an hour. Well, no, this is a 5-minute, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, my bad. We're not on the 15-minute, we're on the 5-minute candle chart. So literally for the past 20 minutes, it's been staying at this level, probably struggling, but it has been underneath these walls, which is good. And as you see, those rejection wicks, when it did retest them, rejection. So I want to see it continue to respect these levels, break these walls here, and then potentially come to here. If not, break past these lows here. That's what I want to see, but you can literally see it's a little bit struggling. But I want to see a volume will help push it our way. You'll see Jeff struggling a little bit, but it's still early. Gonna see what's happening. GBPJPY retested, almost hit the back to the top of the zone. Now it's rejecting, pushing down. Euro CAD still pushing up. It's very interesting to see. Your price for volume seems really low right now, so these might be the only trades I can tell. Be watching other things. Obviously, that can change within the next couple hours. But as of now, I really don't see much action going on these charts. It's a lot of ranging. It's a lot of struggling to break walls, break levels of traffic. So I want to see if volume's going to pick up soon. But it's just literally been a lot of ranging. It's just been ranging. US30 is trying to drop back underneath the zone. Yes, I haven't really seen much that I like. I'm only in those two trades as of now, Euro JPY, Euro CHF. Going to see how those do. Keep on the charts. I might do a New York session stream on YouTube. I am going to do one for the members, but I might open it up and just do it on YouTube, especially since there's not been a lot of action so far. But again, that's just reality trades. It's not going to be big moves happening all the time, like yesterday or on Friday. But last Friday, I should say. But even on slow days, you can still catch some pips. As we can see, Euro JPY is about to push. It's trying to push down now. It just needs to break past these wicks. But that was a good sign that it is still attempting to try to break these levels. But as you can see by this red dotted line, it's struggling to break this wall right here. So if we can break this level here, we can really break this level here, we're going to be in good shape. We can break this wall. If we can break through this wall, we're going to be in good shape. So that's what we're waiting on to see if it's going to do. Euro CHF, it's looking just like Euro JPY. As this thing is really struggling to break these levels of traffic. Hasn't come into the red yet, but I want to see it break these levels of traffic because even on the daily time frame, it's barely under the zone. So I'm not tripping, not hitting the stop loss. Past few days has been very bullish. Could potentially about to break the downtrend. Depending on this move here. This today is very important for this chart as well. Because if we can break through this zone and come up to here, especially break this level, the uptrend is going to begin most likely. But it still continues to struggle to break this zone and break through this orange line. The downtrend could potentially start, or it could just reattempt to try to break it again tomorrow. But that thing is struggling right now, which is all good. Not tripping about that. And as you can see, Euro JPY is still kind of struggling to break this zone right here. So just want to talk about, it's not a lot of volume in the markets as of now, which is kind of making things price struggle to do things. Because if you watch the live stream yesterday, you can see the difference between when there's volume in the markets, when it's not that much volume in the markets. So I'm just going to be watching the charts for the most part. Just in these trades, like I said, I got another couple trades I'm watching, but I doubt I'm going to enter them until probably 6 o'clock or closer to New York session, when volume starts to pick up, because it's so far pretty slow Wednesday. Yeah, just going to keep an eye on these charts and seeing what's going on. Gold is just dumping back down, which is very interesting. But it could come back up during New York session. Very much so. It could come back up during New York session. Yeah, that thing just shot back up. It's coming back to this wall here. Yeah, so price is very rangy right now. Let's see if that'll help us out with this trade, though. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, so let me keep an eye on these charts. Seeing if we can find any other setups. New 15 started a couple minutes ago. It's very rangy. We're having a repeat of this candlestick, but you can see price literally wants to go down. It's just struggling to break these walls because of volume. It's not enough volume in the markets right now to help the move happen. But you can literally see prices still attempting to go down, which is a good sign. So we're just going to see if price can do it. Okay, there we go. Keep going. There we go. Now break past this wick. There we go. Come on. You can do it. You're almost there. Come on. No, stay under. There we go. I think TP1 just got hit. Yep. TP1 hit. There we go. See? See? Just patience. Now we just need to keep it underneath here. Yep, there we go. Look at that rip. Now let me go on Euro CHF and see if that's ripping down too. No, but it's starting to push down. A little unfortunate, but we're making it back up here. So TP2 just got hit. Big rip. And as you can see, when it hit those prices, it's rejecting up a little bit, just like I said. What happened here? When TP was hit, you reject or break through, so keep an eye on your charts. And we literally see how it was rejecting this level, but as soon as those TPs got hit, TP2 got hit, and it's rejecting back up. So again, TP means take profits. So if you're happy with profits now, you can gladly close or patiently wait to see what's going to happen next. But again, it could very much reject back up. So never just let your screen turn red. You can always possibly look for re-entry or just go into the next trade. But worst thing you can do is have your screen be blue in profits and then just let it all disappear. Trust me, I've done it multiple times. It sucks. I always end up regretting it. So always secure your profits. But EuroJPY is doing its thing as of now, which is a good thing. I mean, EuroJPY. I say EuroGBP. I feel like EuroJPY is doing its thing. EuroCHF is struggling, but all that drawdown we're making back up with these TPs that got hit. So let me see what else is going on. Okay, GBPCAD. I like what that's doing. I like what GBPCAD is doing. Yeah, so we're filling the profit right there now, but let's see here. Okay, so it's trying to break this level. Let's see if it can break that level right there. So I need price to stay under here. Rejects back up. Not gonna like that. We're about 10 pips in profit. Not too bad. I like how this is looking. I like how GBPJPY is looking, and I like how GBP New Zealand is looking. I haven't entered these yet. Waiting for my other confirmations, but I do like how those are looking. And this thing's just dumping. Again, I didn't put this on the free signal. This is strictly members only signal, but it is ripping. Those that are watching the live stream that entered, this thing is ripping. Ooh, we're about 5 pips off from the next TP, y'all. Next TPI is 143.35. Going to see if we can hit that. But as you can see, it is retracing. Hit these wicks right here. Like literally, you can't make this up, guys. You can't see these coincidences. Okay, right by where these wicks are. And retrace back up. I'm not going to go too far. I was trying to see if I can find some bodies. But, okay, right to where these wicks are. It's tracing back up. So I want to see if it can break this right here. I want to see it break this right here. It's still underneath this level, which is good. I want to see it break that. Yep, JPY, yep. It's rejecting still. New 5-minute appears in 30 seconds. So I want to see what that does. We're still in profit. So like I said, don't let your screen turn red. We're in profit. And this is canceling out some of the drawdown for USDHF, which is exactly what I was talking about earlier in the stream. Those that just jumped in, if you risk the same percentage every trade, you know, I'm not saying that trade is going to be a loss because it could very much flip back in our way later on. But I'm just saying, if you risk the same percentage every trade, right, your wins will cancel out your losses. If you risk $5 every trade, and the trades that win are 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk rewards. One winning trade can cancel out that one loss. 2 winning trades will definitely cancel out that loss. So it's very important to risk the same percentage every trade. Yes, I want to see that push down. New 5-minute just appeared. So the price can break this wall right here. If it can break under this wall right here, very much so might enter. Same through GBP New Zealand. If we can break this wall right here and stay on it, stay above it. Let's not even say that wall. Let's go with this. We can stay above this wall. And things will be looking good. Euro JPY is still trying to push back down, which is good. So let's look at what Euro CHF is doing too. Still want to know what's going on. So we see that this zone was on top of this level of price. You can see by the rejection wick that it's struggling to break past that, which is good for us because we're in a buy setup here. Or we entered buys, I should say. So this is good for us. So it could still bounce back up. And that's why I have my stop loss all the way underneath these levels of traffic. That way, if price really wants to go down, it's got to break through this blue line and then break through these levels of traffic. And if it breaks through these levels of traffic, I'm convinced I was wrong. And if it breaks through these levels of traffic here, that means price is going to continue to go down most likely. So again, I was most likely wrong. That's my signal to get out. But the price doesn't break through these levels, I'm still holding, and it could very much so reverse back our way. So that's why I put my stop loss where I did. Same thing with Euro JPY. I don't just count, 100 pips, 50 pips, whatever. All my stop losses are strategically placed where if they break these levels of price, I was most likely wrong, and that's my signal to leave the trade, exit the trade. As you can see, Euro JPY is going down for another push. It's hitting this line again. We got a new 15-minute candlestick, a new 5-minute appearing in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we're going to really see what's going to happen there. GBCAD, see, rejected off that level, hasn't broken it yet. So just going to be patiently waiting to see if price can do so. Same thing with GBP New Zealand. Really going to be keeping an eye on those to see how price reacts. Yeah, but everything else, you started playing games. All these playing games with me. But I'm not entering any of these yet. I'm still going to just wait until New York. Because very much so when it hits the yellow line, could bounce back up. And that's about the 50 on this daily imbalance anyways. So just going to be patiently waiting. Again, you don't need to feel like you need to enter trades all the time. You don't need to feel like you need to jump into everything. Because realistically, more trades you enter can hurt your wins and profits. So you need to have a daily goal in mind. Once you reach that daily goal, just stop trading. Enjoy the rest of your day. You don't need to be on the charts all day. You don't need to be trading all day. Especially you don't need to. You don't. That is the truth. Okay, GBP New Zealand broke this level. Okay. We're getting somewhere. New 15-minute candlestick. So I want to see it stay up. I want to really see it push through because we got this wall of price right here. So that's why I really want to see it break that. Because if it breaks that, I'll be very convinced that price can potentially go farther up. GBPAUD looking like it's trying to drop down. GBCAD still struggling a little bit. GBPAUD can break past these wicks right here. Really break past this wall right here. I'll be convinced. But GBP New Zealand's got my attention. Not going to lie. That new 15 is causing a slight retracement on this, which is normal. Yeah, and don't let your screen turn red. I'm not letting my screen turn red personally. You can see it's rejecting this level. But again, like I said earlier, there's no green 15-minute candlesticks. So a green candlestick was bound to appear. That's what I was waiting on earlier, but I saw signs that it was continuing to push down. That's why I entered. And look, got some pips based off of that. But like I said earlier, 15-minute candlestick, a green one was bound to happen. And now we got a green one. It's just a retest. It could push back up again. And it could very much, come up, hit here, then retrace, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know that 100%. And that's when things turn to gambling. Because again, you're blue on your screen right now. It's literally insane to let your screen go from blue to red just for you potentially because you think it could come back down. Why lose all that money on your screen just for it to potentially come back down? If you think it's going to come back down, get wicked out, close your profits, and then potentially look for a re-entry so you can gain twice as much pips instead of holding the same trade, fluctuating in and out of drawdown. You get what I'm saying? Let me see what GBPJPY is doing. GN is very tempting for a look at those rejection wicks on the 4-hour. That's nasty. That's a nasty one. That's a nasty one. Sheesh. Yeah, so it's trying to push up. So what I want to do is see a price stack on top of this level of price. And if we can successfully do that, I might enter. Let's see what USDJ is doing. Yeah, it's really struggling to come back on the other side of the zone. New 5 minutes coming up in 30 seconds. So I want to see what this next 5 minute does. I'd like to see it come back down, but we're going to see. So we got this wall of price. I want to see it respect this level and come back down here. But again, if it doesn't do that, securing my profits. And either we'll look for a re-entry or just look for another setup on another pair. So it's pushing up. So you didn't get worked out. We're still in profit. But again, secure your profits. We're trading to make money. We're not here to lose money or throw money away to the markets. So I broke through, which is a good sign. Hit this wall. So now I want to wait for the next. I would like to wait for the next 15 to see what it does. Yeah, so the thing just came right back to entry, y'all. So it was up about 20 pips. Good move. So if I didn't get whipped out, it's later right back at entry. So if I didn't get whipped out, like I was saying, I wouldn't freak out. It could potentially come back down again. Keyword potentially, but you don't know that 100%. That's why it's always best to secure the profits on your screen. But what I always tell people, like my students, my members, or people in general that might hit me up, might send trades out. If you didn't get worked out in profit, because again, TP means take profit. If you didn't get worked out, just simply hold till SL gets hit or TP gets hit again. Can't go wrong doing that. Yeah, so I like what this is doing right here. So I just broke through these levels, which is good. This is exactly what I wanted to see. So on top of that, yeah, cool. So I like how this is looking here. I like how this is looking here. I like how this is looking here. New 5-minute starts in about 40 seconds. So I want to see what this 5-minute does. And I want to wait for the next 15 if possible. But if the next 5-minute looks like the move's about to start, I might hop in on that. Yeah, so EuroJPY canceled out some of the drawdown for Euro CHF, but I'm still holding Euro CHF because again, it has an SL. I hope the SRTP gets hit. So I'm still holding that. But I got GN on my sights. I got GN on my radar. Let's see here. I really do got it on my radar. It's looking interesting too for a setup. But GBP CAD, new 5-minute just appeared. GB CAD looks like it's trying to push back down. GBAUD. So let's go back to GBP New Zealand. Let's see what it's doing. If you can stay on top of this level of price. Okay, just ripped under, but it doesn't matter. The candle didn't close yet. They can stay on this level of price. I mean, above this level of price. I'll be very interested into buying. But just going to patiently wait to see what price decides to do before I enter. Yep. And see, this is why I said don't freak out because you see it's still respecting this level, so it could very much so have just a nice retracement because you see this level, these wicks here, these wicks here. So depending on how it reacts to this level, if it stays under here, it could potentially drop back down. But if it breaks above, that's when things get a little bit fishy. But it could hit these walls here, then drop back down. But again, we were up 20 pips. 20 pips is a good amount of pips to get off a trade regardless. Okay, it's respecting this level, which is good. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this right here. I like how this is looking. I like how that's looking right there. Cool. So let me just go back to your JPY. See what's on. Yep, it's trying to push back down. So those that didn't get worked out, possibly. I mean, you should be blue again. Those that didn't get worked out, you're blue again. So again, secure your profits. We're almost back at the original TP1. But as you can see, it is struggling to do so. But it was struggling to even rip through this. But it still did it. So those still holding. They are still blue. It looks like it's going to potentially go back down. Because again, we're still early in London session. Retracements are normal. Retracements are going to happen. Retracements are definitely going to happen before New York. And their price is still going our direction. When New York happens, that's when the big move is going to begin. Which a lot of us are always saying, don't be afraid to get wicked out, because you can always possibly re-enter later or just look for another opportunity. I like how this is looking right here. So I want to see what the next 15-minute candlestick looks like. And that's going to pop up in about 1 minute. And then we're going to go from there. I definitely like how it's looking. So we got about 20 seconds. So while that's doing this thing, let's just go back to JPY, see what it's doing. Nope, struggling. Here's CHF. Here's on this wall right here. So let's see what it does. U15 just appeared. And it's staying above here, so that's a good sign for me. So SL is going to be 98. We can say 98.40. Yeah, but I like how it's looking. Yeah, so I'm about to enter this in a second. Let's see it break these levels right here. Let's see it hit this wall right here. So I want to see it stay above this wall right here. Continue to stack on this level of price, which is doing good so far. Yep, and then you can see Euro JPY literally in like 2 minutes it dropped all the way back down to TP2. So if y'all didn't get wicked out, you have another chance to get wicked out in profit. Like I say, retracements happen. Don't just freak out. Always hold to SL or TP. That's one of my mottos. Hold to SL or TP gets hit. You already entered the trade. There's no reason to pull out while you're floating and drawdown. There's no reason to do that. Hold to SL or TP gets hit. Always. Always, always, always. This is why you always wait for confirmations as well. Again, like I said, if I could see price break through this, I'll enter. Price failed to do that. Now you see it broke back up to this side. Didn't enter this. This was a trade idea. And you can see this is why you want to wait for multiple confirmation candlesticks. Because, yeah, it went under here, but it didn't go far. From the entry here, 54.91, it went all the way down here. So it went down 30 pips, which is decent. But again, I really wanted to see it break this, but broke this, I'd be convinced that I could potentially keep going down. But as you can see, this is a very strong level. You see resistance, 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 support, 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 support. So it's a very strong level of price. But yeah, your JPY dropped back down. Y'all should be nice. Y'all should be nice and blue. I like how this is looking. I might call this out in a second. But yeah, so far we're 1-0 with trades. Euro CHF hasn't hit SL yet. But so far we're 1-0. We're in drawdown with this one right now though. But that Euro JPY play should have canceled out most of that drawdown. For those that was watching the live, because again, that one was a strictly members only signal. But this one's going to be going out in the free signal room. But what we see now is price struggling to break this level here. It's stacked on top of this level, which is good. So we're going with the overall direction of price because, again, we're going to bigger time frames. You can see we're very bullish. We see this harsh rejection wick from the daily time frame, which is good for us. And we see price respecting this level here. So we can definitely catch some pips in a second. I just like to patiently wait for price to show me it wants to do what I want it to do. Yeah, that thing's struggling. Yeah, I like how it's looking. Yeah, I like what it's doing. And that spike out was good. Good sign for me. Yeah, so we're still in profit. We are JPY. Watching GBP New Zealand. I might enter this very soon. Make sure showing me signs it wants to go up. It's just struggling to break this level, but that wick was a good sign. It pushed up, so now we just need to have price stay at that level. You get what I mean? So let's see. Yeah, I like what it's doing. It's definitely trying. That's for sure. Still just watching and waiting. Yeah, your JPY is really playing at this lower price right here. We've seen it bounce and retrace from this lower price multiple times. It's kind of reminding me of the AD New Zealand trade yesterday. Range. It literally was ranging at this lower price for hours until it finally broke through. And that's a huge rejection wick. So we see a huge wick on this pair as well. Probably because, it's a New Zealand pair as well. But we can see a huge rejection, filled up this imbalance. Came back up all the way to the top of the zone. That's crazy. So it went from 1305 to 1244. That's the same amount of pips, and then just shot up. Definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this to see what it does. Yeah, so now I broke back under. So new 5 minutes just started. Now it's back under. So I want to see what this next 15-minute looks like. Again, price is really just ranging right now. Hopefully when New York session starts, things will be a lot more smoother. So right now, I'm just keeping an eye on the trades we're in. And so the only trade we're really in right now, well, it's Euro CHF. I got wicked out of Euro JPY. Secure my profits. But as you can see, it just keeps literally ranging at this. So when volume picks up, it could very much dump again. Very much so could happen. Wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, honestly. It's going to be very interesting what this next 15-minute candlestick looks like because we see all this going on. We caught a quick 20 pips on Euro JPY. Caught that literally in less than 30 minutes. We caught that in like one candlestick. So quick 20 pips there. Going to let it retrace and do its thing. Possibly look for another re-entry if it looks like it's going to keep going down. But JPY pairs are pushing up as of now. The euro is looking like it's picking up some strength, so hopefully that helps us out with euro CHF, which looks like it's trying, but still it's underneath the zone. Nothing to get excited about yet. But really, for trading, I don't really, at least not anymore. I don't get phased with drawdown. I don't really get phased when we're in profit. Obviously, I like being in profit, but just experience with trading, I understand how trading works. So drawdown is part of the game. So just think about it. As soon as you enter a trade, you're going to be in drawdown. So that's how I think about it. So drawdown is literally part of the game. Drawdown doesn't phase me, especially because I'm used to the red numbers on my screen, and I know I'm sticking to my trading plan. So I know I'm risking the same percentage every trade. So if you're not okay with the red number on your screen, you're either over leveraging, you need to get just used to it, face reality, or you need to sit down and readjust and redetermine how much you're really okay with risking. That's what it really comes down to. You just have to figure out how much you're really okay with risking. Could put it right here. Debating. Could just put it right here. Or I could put it right here. We got a wall right here. We got a wall right here. Then we got a wall right here. Yeah, I might just put it right there. So this will be a nice 1 to 3 risk to reward. If we enter this, got about a minute until the next 15-minute candlestick appears. So just waiting on that to see if price is going to go the way I want it to go. AUD New Zealand, doing what I talked about earlier. This trend looks like it's going to be dropping back down because we caught the sell yesterday. And as we saw earlier, we're still in a downtrend. Saw the huge rejection back up, but we see how it played at this lower price, dropped down, shot back up, hit this wall right here, then came back down. So just really watching to see if it can stay underneath this zone, underneath this wall for one, and then we can really stay underneath this level. I will be seeing if I want to enter or not. GP New Zealand, retesting the zone, going to see if it's going to break through. New 15, new 5 minutes just popped up. So let's see what we're going to be dealing with. Let's go to Euro CHF. Yeah, so that thing looks like it's going to try to push up. Which is a good sign. What's Euro CHF? Yeah, Euro CHF struggling. See what Euro GBPJPY is doing. Yep. That's fine. So like I said, everyone should have got either whipped out, secured those profits. And I'm going to just watch this and see. I'm not re-entering as of now, but I'm just watching to see how it reacts. Because it's either going to come back to the top of the zone here, or it's going to come back to up here, and then drop back down from there. Or, it could change directions because we're almost close to New York. Let me see here. What else are we looking at? Yeah, Euro CAD, as you can see, this is the 15th, so literally for hours, it's just been playing at this lower price. No volume in the markets. Literally, as you can see, 4, 8, 12, 16 hours. 20 if you want to count that. But let's go back to GBP. New Zealand, after I look at these pairs right here. So I pushed unders. Next candlestick starting underneath this wall, which is a good sign. But I still want to go. I still want to see it go a little bit farther before I'm convinced that it wants to continue the downtrend. But I do like how GBP New Zealand is. But again, it's been playing in this range of price for the past hour. So until volume picks up, it's not really going to be able to break any of these walls, because struggling to break through this level of price, this is a wall, and then struggling to stay above this wall right here and break this wall right here. So it's stuck in a box, and it's just really ranging right now. So until volume picks up, it's going to continue to do so. So all you have to do is just patiently wait for the confirmations to show us what it's trying to do. You can see the drop. So it's doing a good job so far. But still, I'm going to be patiently waiting for it to really break through that level. I'm going to 5 minute take a closer look. This wall right here. So yeah, it's underneath it still, but it's very close. Yes, I'm just going to patiently wait. So I'm patiently waiting to see what GBP New Zealand, AUD New Zealand decide to do. Watching some other pairs as well, but for the most part, that's just the main two things I am looking at. Only have taken 2 trades so far. That was EUR/JPY. We caught 20 pips. Then it retraced back up to us. And then we're in Euro CHF. We're in drawdown right now. But those are only 2 trades so far today we've taken. And I'm watching GBP New Zealand and AUD New Zealand to see what those are up to. And I'm looking at GBP AUD as well to see what those are up to. But it's really struggling to break that level right there. Yes, I'll probably do a New York session stream in a couple hours. But I'm just going to be chilling looking at these pairs for a second. If I enter anything else before that new stream starts, make sure to hit that first link in the description, join that signal room, so you're notified when TPs get hit for one, and then when I enter any other trades. But like I said, we only entered 2 trades so far. We only entered 2 trades so far. We're 1-0 right now. Might become 1-1 in a second for the day. But yeah, so far we're up for the week. It's been a good week so far. Pretty slow Wednesday morning for a London session, but it happens sometimes. It's part of the game. It is what it is. But we're going to be back for New York session. Hopefully when things pick back up. Try to stay on to see if things are going to start getting cracking, but no, nothing so far, which is fine. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to see y'all in the live stream for New York session.